Okay, so we're here with Bella Vogel, who is one of the better dropkick kickers in girls sevens that I've seen. Left-footed and right-footed. Natural foot is your left.
Right.
Is your right, but you've taught yourself how to kick on the left, which is fantastic. But you're very, very consistent, and I have to say, especially for points, it's very inconsistent in girls rugby in sevens to see them get it over. So tell me a little bit about what you're thinking when you're getting ready to kick, especially for points.
Honestly, I try not to put a lot of pressure on myself. Like, if I miss, I miss, you know, it happens. But like trying to find something like in the center, maybe it's like a cloud that looks a certain way, or really anything, a tree. And I try to like kick for that. And like the main thing is, even if it's like right up front, I still kick it as hard as I can, because to make sure just it goes through. And it's honestly the most accurate for me when I kick the hardest. So That's what I try to really go for. Like the most important thing, I played soccer for a really long time. So like hitting the ball, and even if it's a little off, it still goes pretty good. But the drop for me is like the most important. Obviously, in which way you position the ball, that's kind of how it goes. So for the most part, for conversions, I mostly try to like keep it maybe a little bit towards where I'm going, and make sure my drop is centered and kick it through there. And then for kickoffs, I try to keep it straight up, and I let it drop a little longer, so that as it's coming up, I kick it and it gets a lot higher. So
good.
Yeah.
Can we see what, as if you're kicking for points? We don't have a target, unfortunately. Pick a cloud, one of those clouds. Okay, and we're just going to see how you approach it. So the things that I see there, first of all, your step is actually a little hop. You actually go up. And the other thing is you keep your kick foot almost at right angles, which is a strong position, and then it gives you height. So can we see another one and just see it, and if people have a look and... Okay, so you taught yourself left-footed.
Yes, yeah.
How difficult was that?
I don't know. It was kind of difficult because, like, it's kind of weird, like, at first, because it's, like, awkward. You're like, oh, that feels weird. But playing soccer definitely helped because I had to kick with both feet. And one of my coaches realized that, like, I played soccer and I was okay at it. So he was like, oh, you should try to kick left-footed. And I did it, and it wasn't, like, super bad. So I was like, oh, let me try. So he kept, like, telling me to do it, and I just kept practicing. So it takes a lot of practice. Right.
So once you have the technique down, then you practice, and you just keep... So you have to allow yourself to fail, though, right? Some really ugly ones. So let's see you do it left-footed, and see if there's anything different. There's not much difference in the way you do it. I mean, you take a little step with your kicking foot, a little hop with your plant foot, and then bam, done.
It's nice because for kickoffs, I can just face one way straight, and then I can kick either that way or that way. So
great. And finally, kicking for points. Any mistakes you see other girls make that?
I think honestly, the drop is really important because. I feel like girls get pressured and then the drop goes off. That's a lot of times what happens to me. And letting it bounce for too long. I actually had that problem where, because like used to kickoffs, I let it drop too long and then it goes high instead of far. So realizing when to kick it, I think, is another big thing.
Excellent.
And accuracy, obviously. But
how much do you practice?
I usually go like 45 minutes to an hour before each practice and kick. So that's usually like twice a week. But
practice. I mean, seriously, like you ask. I mean, I've been in this situation. I say, okay, now you're gonna have to practice. We talked about it. Practice on your own. And then they practice for like 3 minutes, and it's like, no, you got to repeatedly. And in fact, today, I watched 2 girls from Doylestown practicing back and forth, and they got visibly better. As they went along. simply by just doing kick after kick after kick after kick. And if you can get a partner, then and they're kicking, then you can help each other.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just a lot of patience, honestly.
All right.
So, yeah.
Bella, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Thank
Thank you.
you.